Hello viewers, welcome back to GAM Television, and we are on the show Very One-on-One. Today I'm sitting down with Markant. We are going to talk more about Mantelzorgers. We all know how hard it is to take care of a long-term sick person, being a relative, a friend, your own child. It is really a life-changing when you are in such a situation. We know where we come from. It's always on you as a burden. But here in the Netherlands, there's so much help out there. How can you know and grab these opportunities to make life easier for you? That's what the conversation today is all about. Stay tuned. I'm Veronica van der Kamp, your host, and I'm going to invite my guest to the studio. Hello, Alexander.
Hello, Veronica.
You're welcome to GAM Television.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm also happy to have you because, things change and we always want to keep updated about what kind of help is there for Mantelzorgers. So can I know a bit about yourself and your role, what you do?
Yes, of course.
Markant?
My name is Alexander Witmond. I work at Markant. We are the Center of Informal Care in Amsterdam. I myself am a volunteer coordinator. So I work a lot with mantelzorgers, their relatives or caretakers, and volunteers.
Okay. When we say Markant, what do you do?
For me, I go to the people that ask for help. This can be a lot of things, but what's always certain is that there is mantelzorg. So we are there for mantelzorgers in the whole city, and we try to help them as best as we can. And for my work, we do that with volunteers.
Okay. So, what kind of Mantelzorgers do you help? The target group.
Yeah, we try to help as many people as possible.
Okay.
And some examples of the target groups we help can be children that grow up in a care situation. For example, this can be where a parent has a chronic illness and the children are always there and help the parent.
That's always very difficult, that the young Mantelzorgers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very, because most of the time, they don't talk about it and it affects them in school, and you give help to these people also.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah, that is very correct what you say about young Mantelzorgers.
Yeah.
Especially they struggle a lot.
Yeah.
But we are here to help them to do this, get the care, but also focus on school and life and being young.
Okay.
So that is with the jonge Mantelzorgers, but we help all age groups really. So adults with chronic illness or special needs, but also elderly people and also people with dementia. Try to support them.
Yeah. We'll go into the dementia later, because that is really a big problem. And can you specify more on the kind of help?
One part of our support is the volunteers.
Yeah.
They will come to the house and be of company, have some social contact. But the main key is to undertake fun activities so that the mantelzorger and the caretaker get some energy again. So it's fun and it's good, and they have some time to relax again. Yeah. That's very important with the volunteer work. Something else that we do at Markant is provide workshops and information for mantelzorgers on very different topics. Okay. We give these workshops throughout the year, either online or directly in Zuidoost. And the topics of these workshops can vary, and we always listen to what the needs are among Mantelzorgers.
The caregiver that are the Mantelzorgers, you have workshops also for us to follow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they are most of the times a couple of hours, one time.
Okay.
And we give them on various topics, such as how to deal with dementia, how do I get help as Mantelzorger, or financial aid for Mantelzorgers.
I know that our age now, we forget a lot. And most of the time we think, oh, they say when you have the menopause, you forget a lot. When you are growing old, you forget a lot. So how can you differentiate?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be very hard to see, but there are definitely differences between normal forgetfulness and signs of dementia. With normal forgetfulness, it's very common. Everyone forgets something, probably all the time. You forget something every day even. But with dementia, it really impacts someone's daily life. So it's more severe. I can give an example. Sometimes in day-to-day contact, in conversations, maybe you can't think of something, or maybe you forget someone's name.
Okay.
It can always come back to you at a later moment for healthy individuals. For dementia, that's usually a different case. It's not only that they forget the name of someone, but they don't recognize someone anymore. So it is more severe, and it will also not come back. So the memory declines with dementia.
Oh, okay. And is it only happens to old people, or it can also start at a younger age?
It can also start at a younger age, but it is more common among elderly people. Okay. It's not a normal part of aging, because there are a lot of people that still live in their 80s or their 90s or even older sometimes that don't have any signs of dementia, but it is more common among elderly people. There are different types of dementia, and some types are you have a bigger chance to get at a younger age. That is genetically made that way.
So it's also genetic?
For some types, it is not always the case. So they are still doing research about that. Sometimes with special types, it can be like that, you said.
Because it's really disturbing. Sometimes we don't know if it's stress that is causing us to forget so much. So we are still struggling about this, because when you see the signs, it's better you see your house doctor, you know. But sometimes we just relax and we think, oh, it's old age thing. And then before you realize it's getting into something very serious. What kind of support? Because it's very, very hard to be with someone or taking care of someone who is suffering from dementia. I mean, what help is Markant giving to the Mantelzorgers dealing with this?
Yeah. At Markant, we try to help the Mantelzorgers, people with dementia, in different ways, really. We are always looking at the situation of the person that comes to us, that asks help. So some of the things we can offer are a volunteer who comes by every week for a couple hours that can do some fun activities with the person with dementia. And for the Mantelzorger, this is a good opportunity to take some time off, take some time, some well-needed time for him or herself to relax, to wind down, so that they can do the care with fresh energy again. So that is what we can do with the volunteer. These volunteers get special training at Markant to deal with dementia, and also we offer intervention meetings so they can talk about their experience and learn from each other.
Okay, so the volunteers that are coming home have training to know how to deal with such a situation.
Yeah, for dementia, we offer training for our volunteers.
Okay. Is it a long waiting list to get help from Markant?
It varies a lot from the time of the year and the type of question that someone has, how much help is needed, or if there is any other support already available. We try to look for volunteers throughout the year, so we have people on hand. But right now it's a more difficult period to find volunteers.
Really?
Yes, because of the summer, a lot of people are on holiday. But we also work with students from different schools. They do their internship with us, and they do the same as a volunteer can do. So they come by every week, and usually that contact is very nice. It's with an older person and the younger person, and they can learn from each other.
Yeah.
That even with dementia, the contact can be very true, very helpful for them.
I mean, how much help do you give in a week?
For most volunteers,
Yeah.
they come once a week, and the time varies. So it can be 1 hour, 2 hours, and usually the maximum is around 4 hours per week in, for example, one afternoon or one morning. That is always discussed in what's the preference for the mantelzorger and the caretaker.
Because, some are very intense. So do you look at the situation and maybe the person needs more help that you can offer? Is there a possibility that somebody can get more help than
Yes.
what you just said?
Yeah, of course, it can always be that a volunteer once a week is not enough.
Yeah.
And then we look with the mantelzorger what help is needed. So we try to find organizations that can help or professionals that can offer some more support and more guidance.
Oh, okay. So if I understand very well, apart from the volunteers that you send, if you see the situation and more help is needed, you also go to extra mile to see what you can still offer them.
Yes, because we want to help the mantelzorgers
Yeah.
in Amsterdam as best as we can.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can help with our volunteer or our workshops.
Yeah.
But other times some more formal and professional care is needed. And then we look for the possibilities.
Okay. Let me take you back to the young Mantelzorgers, because normally we don't really look there, but it's really something that needs to be dealt with. Do you have a kind of like a group support for these young Mantelzorgers where they can meet and share their stories and support each other? Is there something like that?
Yes, we offer different help for jonge mantelzorgers in Amsterdam. We do different workshops and we give information at schools. So we come to the classrooms to talk about the care that some people have for relatives, family, or friends, to make it a topic that can be discussed openly.
Yeah.
Because that is something that not happens a lot right now. People don't dare to talk about it. They just keep it to themselves. So one thing that we do is we offer coaching one-to-one with a professional from Markant and a jonge mantelzorger. So they can talk about the care, what they would need to perform better in school or just to have more balance in the care. Because it can be very tough for a young person to deal with personal life, socializing, having school and homework, and then also at the other hand, taking care of a relative close to you.
Markant is doing a lot.
We try to, yes.
Where can we find you?
Okay, so for extra information on Markant, you can visit our website. It has all the information you need about what we can do for you in your situation. And it has also all of our contact information if you want to call us or email us for some extra information.
You know, I want you to look straight into the camera and tell my viewers why it's so important for them to call Markant and get help. Because mostly we think we can do it ourselves, but then we become so tired that we can't even give the right care that we have to give to a loved one who is sick. Why do you think we should come to Markant for help?
So what Veronica just said is very, very important. A lot of Mantelzorgers, they take the care of their relative with a lot of love and enthusiasm. Like Veronica says, it can be very tough if you do this for a very long time, or if you give very intense support or care to someone. To prevent that you yourself get tired or can't help the person anymore because you yourself get ill, you should find help before that happens. It is always better to prevent than to have to take a lot of action afterwards. So I would advise you to seek help even before you might think that it is necessary, because maybe we can do something that will just take the edge off and help you a bit, and then we can stay and keep helping you. So you can always take care of the one that you're taking care of.
You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, that's very important.
To take care of the sick one. Somebody is watching us, maybe they'll be asked, what kind of sickness or disability do you give help to? Maybe you think, oh, maybe this kind of help doesn't suit Markant. Can you give us some examples of the help you give?
Yeah.
I mean, to what kind of sickness can the Mantelzorger come to you for help for? Yeah.
We always try to look specifically at the situation at hand, and then make the call if it's right for a volunteer or if it's needed that there's more help. There's a lot of illnesses that we can help with, such as brain diseases or muscular diseases, or just normal parts of aging. For example, someone could have difficulties walking by him or herself, or some slight mental issues. However, there is also a very small part in between where we can help and where it becomes too difficult for a volunteer to offer the right help. If there is a lot of psychiatric problems, then it is best for someone to get professional help of an organization that specializes in that. Okay,
so it means Markant coming in can always extend to other organizations, because talking about, our youth now, the stress is giving them so much emotional problems. So when you come and you look at this situation, it's not for Markant, you can still connect them to the organization that can help. Yeah. Because I'm very happy you mentioned that we are having a lot in our community, and people don't want to get help because you don't want people to think my child is crazy, but maybe it's just something emotional. So you still come and look at the situation and connect the person to like KKZ or something to get the help that the person needs.
Yes, that is right, because even if we can't help from Markant, someone has still found us with a question of help. They still want help, they still need help with some aspect of the taking care. And we always try to help with that search for the right organization, because it can be very hard as a Mantelzorger to find the right help.
Great. Well, viewers, I think my guests have said a lot a lot, please reach out to Markant. Any kind of situation you are in, they can already be there to direct you to where you can get that help. So don't wait too long. Enuanom a mo hwɛ Mrs. Amri. Nkɔmmɔ a medi Mrs. Amri nyinaa egyina yɛn a yɛkura ɛnyɛ sɛ mma pɛ sɛ bia wo kunu na ɔyare, wo yere na ɔyare, wo nua bi na ɔyare. It can be your neighbor mpo. Maybe a long-term sickness. Wohwɛ no. Markant is there. Situation be a wom. Yankwala be brought him say stress, emotional problems. Na ye de ahye yen ho, ehye fie saa until na problem na ye too big to handle. Enuanom. Se wo hwe obi oyare. Na se wo wan hwe wo ho so yie. Wan pay help. Ebedu time bi no. You will not be there. Na waboa nipa ko oyare no. Wan hwe kwa na kra wa yare aka nipa ko a oyare no. Markant so mo wo ho. Frɛ wo mo. Omo telephone number. Screen ne so. Frɛ ohaw bi a wom. Wo baby na atumi sɛ waye disturbed down so. A won hu de obeye afa ho. Frɛ Markant. Wo kuno ho kafo bi no yare. Ina wonko a wahwɛ no bia wo kukuru no wo ye we there is help out there. Please look for the help. Wo hia sa won so beji wa home. Yenyi ebia wo kukuru wo kuni wo dane no wo kukuru yiri wo dane ebe time bi no na wo so wa hoɔden kra aba fam na so yare da we hwɛ wo ho so yie. Take break. Do something fun for yourself. Na when you ahoɔden no, e de ahwɛ nipa oyare na wo hwɛ no no. Ti mesrɛ mo a we ni nkɔmmɔ a me ne Markant etna ase pese ye mamu hu say there are organizations out there on betumi aboa wo. Mesrɛ mo memma ɔhaw ne nda wo nko a wo so. Ye ma bia ne maame ne papa bi yare na koye ɔhaw bebree. Omo se sankwala ne nso no. Omo a lot of help for them. Ti se wo hwɛ me na wo baby wo fie bia ne papa na yare, ne maame na yare or hi. Frɛ Markant. Betumi aboa saa akwala ne nso ama why strong ama situation e wo fie no watumi afem. Alexander, thank you so much. Is this something more you like my viewers to know that we haven't talked about?
Thank you a lot. I think because we touched on dementia, a question I've already heard a lot is dementia something you can prevent? Or is it, we already talked about, it can be prevented, but not for 100%. Research says that in 30% of the cases, dementia can be prevented by having a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
That is the most important thing. If you can have a healthy lifestyle, it means you are doing things that make you feel good and that make you happy. If you can constantly work on doing fun activities, keeping your brain active, those are things that can be helpful in preventing dementia. And what is also important is having healthy food that you eat every day, having regular exercise. This doesn't have to be very hard and sweating. It can just be a walk for a couple minutes per day. But it's very important to stay healthy to maximize the chance of preventing dementia.
Wow. That is big. Well, enuanom, kyese we asem a eye me dankasa. Yenrure efifi ade bebree nyina o say living a healthy lifestyle. Wo hwe on ho so yie, wo ma w'ani gye, woman nsɛm bebree ha wo ne adeɛ sɛ yɛnwerɛ efi nneɛma bebree yi nyinaa because yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho so yie nti anuanom yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho so yie na yɛstarte hwɛ yɛn ho so yie yɛdidi yie yɛtumi yɛ free ɛma kyerɛ sɛ yɛ have fun very important awerɛfiri bebree no ɔse ɛbɛtumi ahelp ama yɛankonya saa this dementia yɛ a ɛbɛdu time bi koraa na anhwɛ koraa woba koraa ba a wohu na wonkae no ɔse science ne bi no yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho so yie paa take a break for ourselves yɛngye yɛn ahome yɛngye adwendwen stress ne adeɛ nyinaa ɔna adwene no yɛ bebree na ama awerɛfiri no to refi adeɛ efi adeɛ bɛdu time bi no na afei de agye nsɛm nti yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho so yie sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛtumi anyi akyɛ ama yɛawerɛfiri aba yɛn so bebree yɛmfa nhyɛ sɛ just menopause bi yareɛ paa so dementia is sickness right it's sickness.
Yes.
What's your take-home message to my viewers?
If I can end this very good conversation to the viewers at home, it will be that if you are a mantelzorger or you know someone that takes care of a relative or a friend, it is always good to call us. You can just ask for advice, or if you are already in need of some assistance or help, you can give us a call on the number that is on the screen right now. If you are not a mantelzorger, but you are interested in maybe becoming a volunteer, always give us a call and we can talk about what you can do for the people that take care of other people. Thank you a lot for watching, and thank you, Veronica, for having me.
Thank you too for coming. Well, viewers, I think this has been interesting and this will be very helpful for you. Just pick your phone, call Markant if you are in such a situation. If you are taking care of a long-term sick relative, please call Markant and get assistance. Because if you don't take good care of yourself, it will be a time that you can't take care of the person that is sick. So please, if you want to be there for a sick person you are taking care of, first take care of yourself. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you won't stay too long until it's too late for you. Markant is here to help us. Thank very much for watching. I've been your guest, Veronica van der Kamp, and I've been speaking to
Alexander from Markant.
See you next time.